Welcome back to Greatest Media Team's production of the 2025 Daceyland Open. Presented by the Greatest Media Team and powered by Discmania and Wyatt Works. After an exciting front nine, we have the treacherous back nine at Borderland. A lot more par threes, a couple of tricky holes, and really interested to see how it all plays out. And I'm back again with Raivis Markons-Craig. Raivis, what are we looking forward to in this back nine? Any keys to watch?
Well, I think the key to watch will be this card because I think a few of them got a little setback on hole 3. They're going to be shooting for the stars on this back nine. A lot of them are actually starting to heat up, you can tell. A couple par 3s, a lot more chances to get birdies with par 3s. But this one's going to be tough. This is hole 10. This is 400 feet. And this one you don't even want to go for because there's OB past the rock wall for a little bit. So a lot of players are just going to lay up and take it safe. And we're not even going to see some exciting shots on this one, unfortunately, because it's just kind of layup city.
Thanks.
Yeah, this was the heat check hole I was saying for Sam. We mentioned his hot round to start. He's 8 down right now. Was curious if he was going to go for this one, but yeah, that patch of OB right there to being a par 3, pretty much just as hard, if not harder, than some of the par 4s we've already played. But that's just par. It's just a number, and looks like all of our players are playing for it.
Got a weird reaction there for David Fleck. Once again, playing New England terrain that is pretty rocky. It's very similar to the terrain that you might find at Dacey, actually. And it's actually not very easy to cart on some of these holes just because how rocky it is. It's a little unfortunate, but we've added a lot of walking paths and a lot of bridges to make it a little easier for those that are walking carts out there. Beautiful state park if anybody has the time to get out there and check it out.
Yeah, if you're just joining us for the back nine, scrambling is the theme of this course. No matter if you have a great shot, bad shot, perfect shot, you're most likely going to have to scramble a lot. And we have Fleck going through this tiny path here. Hard to tell if that was good enough. We'll see on the putting green.
Kind of crazy that we start off on the back nine with the hardest hole of the day here. I didn't think that this was going to be averaging 3.22. What's up with that?
Well, I'm curious how many birdies there were because normally there's not many.
Zero birdies out of 46 pro field. That's kind of shocking. In the pro tour, I think we would see 10 to 20%.
Oh, I don't know. Yeah, it's been a while since I've played this one, but yeah, it's treacherous, man, and I don't blame these guys for playing for par. I mean, you see Sam had the power to get the eagle on hole 5. This hole, similar line, much shorter, but a lot more danger. Content with par. Strokes on folks.
This is just showing you how far it is for these players that they have to get through this tunnel shot and then flex it way left. This is one of the hardest shot shapes, I would say. Not the hardest hole, hardest shot shapes.
Yeah, I can definitely agree with that. You know, as a righty power player, always used to step up to this hole feeling like it would just be a nice, easy hole. Get it out there high, let it swing back left. But this hole is really tricky to park. Let's see if Andres can do it on the lefty flex.
Got a really nice pull there. And just needed to go inside a little more. You have to kind of push and beat those trees either behind it or through it. It's so hard to get down there and get the birdie look. This is actually the second hardest hole of the day, Harry. It's back-to-back challenging holes. But the funny stat about this hole is that they both resulted in the same par rate. They both resulted in 36 pars out of 48 players.
Yeah, no surprise there. I mean, honestly, I'm surprised, I guess, that there's not that many trees in between this hole in the basket. So even with a poor shot, you should be able to scramble this angle, right? I mean, no trees in the way. You can kind of do dealer's choice. We see Sam there. If he's going to have a choice, it's going to be with that soft harp. But yeah, I mean, interesting hole here. We saw Andre's good shot here. 50-foot death putt. I mean, I wonder if a lot of people are landing here and potentially bogeying by rolling away because it's so easy to roll away off that slope.
So, like for you, would a birdie feel like an eagle?
No, not quite, not
No.
quite, but I mean, it's definitely an awkward shot. It's got to be specific,
Oh, come on.
and we see
Oh,
Fleck draining the putt
heck
for us.
yeah. That was the best putt of the day so far. Saved it for hole 11. Come on.
Yeah, even though this is out far and left, it's not your typical hyzer hole. Really need to work the angles of most likely an overstable disc on a bit of flex and height, or just throw a nice hyzer and
Oh, man.
hit a 45 footer.
That was gonna go. Talk about a death putt. So shout out to David Fleck for that birdie. One of three players. The other two were Ian Nickerson and Dan Levolette. Shout out to those guys. Look at that bunny. Now, hopefully he didn't see it.
Ooh,
Oh man.
all right. I guess we're moving on to hole 12 with that one. Staying in the
Yeah.
theme of our Borderland holes, or a few tap ins first, but Eagleable hole for sure. Sub 500 feet. Late gap on this one. Always interested to see how the players attack it off the tee pad. And looks like Fleck just missing the gap, but should be fine.
It's probably one of the most iconic holes at Borderland, just the way that it shapes with the tunnel and then kind of bends way to the right. Something you might find at Cranberry, Norwalk, Connecticut. Make sure to check out that episode of Team GMT there. We'll be putting out that soon. And I love this tee shot. This is one of my favorite tee shots on the course. It's just so fun. Even though you might get the worst reactions, it just feels so good to feel a pure shot on this hole.
That's a bad miss everything.
Yeah, this gap is so late in the flight that it's really easy to miss because you can pick your initial aiming point where you think it is, and then just like this, just drifts more than you think after that initial line. I mean, if that gap was only 50 feet off the tee pad, you'd see Andres squared it, but then you just get a little bit more of that squirrely flip.
This is crazy,
And
this reaction. Yeah,
yeah, crazy things can happen.
that one's so deep. Wow. This is, I'm just shocked to see that this was the third easiest hole of the day for the field here, coming in at 3.48. Like, how? Just people just puring this gap like every time, 50% birdie rate? That's insane.
Yeah, I mean, if you can get through, it's a pretty easy birdie. And I know that people have eagled this hole in the past, so I wouldn't be surprised to see at least one on this one.
Dave's got that nice turnover. Ah, not high enough, but that was a good little attempt there. Look at this jail for Sam. This is probably the toughest spot to be on this hole and his toughest spot to be on the course for the day for him. Look at this beautiful touch shot. Oh my God.
Wow, hoping we'd see the replay where that ended up, but we'll see on the green.
I mean, he's up there. I think he's where that batch of trees is right there.
Oh yeah, there he is. Well, we'll see if he can save the birdie. Nice little gap putt here. Fly Swatter, Chain Hunter.
All right, we've
Give me this.
seen him make one of these putts before, right through the gap, got limbed, a little frustrated, but he's focused. So shout out to Dylan Capiccioli for getting another eagle.
Wow. Yeah, I
And
guess we heard no pars or no birdies on 10, and he was now one ones on 11. So that eagle brings him to one off the 18 under pace. So we'll check in again with him shortly. And yeah, crazy eagle, but even crazier bogey for Sam.
yeah, that's shocking, especially on a lefty hole like this. For him, this is just routine hyzer, but he had that really, really bad kick to the right, which is very telling of this hole sometimes. Just gets unfortunate. And also shout out to Aiden Bailey for getting the eagle. So we had two people get the eagles on this. So we're up to what? Eight people, eight eagles after 12 holes?
Eight eagles, man. Yeah, we got Fleck with a nice flip up here. Enough stability to go left, but enough flip up to find the basket. What a shot.
Yeah, love that catch cam angle there. Shout out to Paul Morrison once again for being there on a really hot weekend. It was 100 degrees, folks. I don't think people understand how sweltering it was.
Another fantastic shot, making this hole look easy.
It's the
I can
seventh.
assure you it's not.
Yeah, it's the most, I was gonna say it's the seventh most difficult hole, so it's kind of middle of the pack, averaging 2.9. And they are really making it look easy, though. I mean, it's all about that tee shot right here, just the 100 feet. As long as you stay straight and then trust your disc to get that movement left, it's not that difficult, but these guys are making it look way too easy.
It's not, but it's
Let's see Steven from long range. I hinted in the front nine that I think he might strike men on one of these, knowing him, playing with him. Oh,
Oh,
he's all over it.
he's got the medal. He
Yeah,
is
that
all
wasn't
over
quite
it.
the 100-foot mark. So we'll wait and see on that if he has any, maybe particularly forehand bids for some medal. But impressive stuff from the other three on the card. Tap in birdies nearly.
Yeah, three birdies is really, really impressive. Moving on to the easiest hole of the day, 70% birdie rate coming in at 3.3. This one should just be a par three, in my opinion. It's a par four, it's 420 feet, very straight shot. You can see, you can actually see the basket from where you're teeing off from. And as long as you keep it straight and past the OB, there is a little bit of OB in the beginning, you're going to hit potentially an eagle, but a very easy birdie.
Yeah, Fleck will have to work for that birdie. Just off on the tee shot, but luckily up there we'll have a chance to scramble.
That's very surprising for Andres because he's actually trying to go a late turn and then fade back. And here we go. Another forehand for Sam. Let's see if he can execute this one.
nice.
That stop, man. Did you hear that?
Big ol' stomp.
Man, that one bogey for Sam and getting the birdie on 13, going for this flex line, which I think most people are not going for this line. This is one of those lines that pretty much only Sam has available to him. And once he hit that, he knew it was good. In the bowl, gonna have a putt for the deuce.
Again, never seen Sam so confident and so powerful off the tee, just showing you that he's just feeling it this round and this tournament. I mean, he's playing so good. Right now, he's on pace of a 1040 round. And shout out to MD Blaze, who is out there, who followed us and got some social Instagram and reels for us. He does an awesome job. Make sure to check his socials out. We got the link in the description. It's just awesome to have more media as we keep growing here at Greatest Media Team. We grew from 4,000 subscribers when this was filmed to 21,000 as of today, Harry. So a lot of movement
what a
on the
jump.
channel. Yeah.
Speaking of jump, we should see jump buddy here from Andres. Come on,
He
catch
needs
that.
one.
Hmm.
Oh,
Wow.
yeah, he's a little off. After a 13 down at Dacey, it's a little shocking to see him miss these putts.
Yeah, that's the danger of these holes, man. Say what you want about them, but they are separators for sure. Gunning for the eagle. He's going to take a par.
See
And that's
if
a
he can-
two-stroke swing for Mr. Sam Henderson. Getting back on the train in a big way.
Yeah. Very well done. Shout out to Sam and as well as Egan, who also got the eagle.
Another
So,
eagle.
yeah, so we have
Wow,
10
so there it
eagles.
is. Puts us to that double digit I was talking about.
Yeah.
With a few more chances left.
It's pretty impressive that this field is doing it. I honestly thought we would see more eagles on this hole. I mean, being as big as the field and as good as the field was.
All right, you ready for a hot take?
Yeah.
This is my sneaky favorite hole at Borderland.
Just
Hole
because
15.
just because it's a very professional hole and kind of difficult.
I just love this hole. I wish I could play a course full of holes just like this. And a really awesome par 3 here. Uphill, kind of a valley shot. Technical flip up, but needed to just fly straight. And yeah, I'm a sucker for straight shots, man. I think they're the best part of disc golf.
This is something you'd find at like Brewster Ridge, in my opinion. It is a really good hole.
Oh, did not like that sound.
Steve did not like that, folks.
Or I shouldn't say it's the best part of disc golf, but I think as a player, it's always satisfying to hit that perfect hyzer flip because I mean it's tricky, man. Discs are made to go left and right, and it's awesome to showcase that. Of course, wouldn't be the sport without it. But all right, Steven. Oh, man, that was my chance. But yeah, I mean the way this valley, the rock wall, the late gaps, the specificness of the shot. I really enjoy this par 3, and I think there should be more holes like it.
It is a good hole. We actually had talks about further making it longer, and we never got to it. I think there was one tournament we actually did place a basket back there, and it was a little swampy, but it then ended up being a very awesome par 4. And as you can tell, it's all about that tee shot too. Because a lot of people land right where Andres is or right where the basket is if you get a really nice clean shot off the tee without any tree hits. So Sam getting his par, slowing down after getting the eagle, but he's still playing very well.
Yeah, no one on this card grabbing the birdie. If you don't mind me asking, how many birdies do we have?
On hole 15, we had 3.09, and we only had 9 birdies. So it was the second most difficult hole of the day, actually. That makes sense because,
Wow.
again, such a tough par 3 in terms of the distance.
I mean, that's the kind of hole, and we'll get to hole 16 in a second, but that's the kind of hole that I really enjoy. averaging right around par, one of the hardest holes, but still 9 birdies. And those aren't fluky birdies. Those aren't missing a tree off the tee birdies. Those are well thrown shots right down the pipe, grab a nice
Yeah.
birdie. And we have a well thrown shot right down the pipe
I was
from
just
Sam
gonna
Henderson.
say that was just perfection. To get that far on that corner on this hole with that much glide, with this little uphill bunny hill just gets in your way so fast. It's just really difficult, and he made it look so simple.
Yeah, this is another good candidate for one of the best holes here. Sneaky
I
favorite, I
agree.
should say. Um, Speaking of sneaky, oh my goodness. Nice gap there from Andres. He may be in New York now, but always going to be a local when it comes to Borderland.
Oh, always. I mean, I think he still says Sharon on his profile. And hole 16 averaged 3.85, so eighth most difficult hole of the
No
day.
way.
Wow.
Another little skip. That was an interesting reaction. Andres letting him know.
How'd he do that?
He's got that local magic.
He really does. Steve's got a really nice touch game, man. I would love to be able to forehand just like he does.
Oh, Fleck running into some problems on 16.
Yeah, he kept it a little
What's
low
going to be
there.
for par?
A lot of his antes are coming, like forehand antes are coming out very low, it looked like today. Sam, just routine, giving himself a 25 footer. Most likely getting the birdie, man. He made that look easy. Only 19 birdies on this hole.
Ooh, I know where this putt's headed.
Right in the heart. You knew that was
I
coming
think
in.
I saw that putt on Instagram a couple months ago. I recognized it and everything.
Shout out to
Right in
MD
the heart.
Blaze. Great putt. You'll love to see it. And we get a replay. Shows you how far it was. Definitely outside the circle, plus another 10 feet. Wow. Did not look
Oh
like that
yeah.
from that other angle.
Yeah, lucky tee shot, lucky up shot, but no luck there. Able to capitalize on the
Give him some credit.
nice
Come on.
stepper. Nice jumper.
Love to see that. And Sam Henderson. See if he can get another birdie on his plate here. He's got a lot today.
I think we should do a JMT compilation of players on coverage right as the putter hits the chains and then how it reacts. Because I bet I could guess a lot of them. Like Sam's putter hits the chains pretty much unlike any other player. And I think if I had just that little split second, I think I could guess. Same with Andre, same with Fleck. I bet a lot of you guys could guess as well. I think that'd be a fun game.
So like right before it reaches the chain, you're saying?
Yeah, like right as it hits the chains, how it kind of falls into the basket.
Oh, I
You know,
gotcha.
Sam has this kind of like pseudo nose up, but like still hyzery putt that always kind of cuts through the center of the chains and then falls in kind of a weird way. Andres is kind of pure spinny right at it, kind of gets that nose up, center push, has a little bit of a stall before it falls back in.
I like it.
Really cool to watch.
How about this really cool tee shot that you get to see at Castle?
Picture time on this hole. Sure, GMT is going to grab a thumbnail here. I mean, when you think of Borderland, you think of this hole. And it's funny because this hole does not look like any other hole on the course.
It does a little bit, but no, you're right. It doesn't because it's just so perfectly framed and just Why are we shooting near a castle? That's all I gotta say. This is so cool.
Yeah.
Wow, look at this
No,
shot.
it's a Wraith.
That was far. That was his destroy. Oh, his Wraith. Wow. Nice shot there. This was the ninth most difficult hole, so back-to-back holes that averaged about 3.85 and about the same birdie rates.
Yeah, I could have put that a little
Going
wider.
with the big full-hand hyzer. Nice roll there, sticking near the circle.
So you say that there's a lot of 3.5s and there's a lot of eagles, but one thing that I was thinking about is, or until Fox Run came, that it used to be one of the longest courses in New England. So I almost think that like it just shows you that even though the Pro Tour can come in and probably shoot 18, 17 down here, it's still a long course.
Yeah, it's a long course. It doesn't always play that way, though, of course. It's a par 68. So, those just stacks of par fours just kind of add up over time. And I mean, there's no short holes here. A lot of the par fours, or the par threes, excuse me, are, I believe, all over 300 feet. I don't think there's a 200-foot par three that I can think of off the top of my head. So, there's a couple of par fours that play like all you need is really 200-foot shot, 200-foot shot. And Sam Henderson's going to be throwing a lot of rockets into the basket.
That was a really good putt. Yeah, the only reason I ask that or say that is because if you change the par to like, let's say a par 57, does that change your perspective on the course or like in terms of if it was Pro Tour ready or not?
Yeah, I mean, I think the sentiment is still the same for me because if we assume par 57, pretty much all of those 3.5s are turning into threes. And when those do that, you basically have a lot of holes where only one person is getting the birdie, if that, and pretty much all pars. And that's not good for scoring separation. We don't want that as players. We want to see people earn birdies the fair way.
Did not shoot good. But Dylan shot. Dylan tied course record.
You both are.
How are we on lead card? How am I on lead card?
Can I get that reaction, please?
How am I on lead card? Well,
Bro, I've been playing worse than he has.
A little bit of comedy here, and this is something that a lot of pros have talked about. I know Deaglow has come up as one of those courses where there's a big stretch where there's a bunch of pars in a row and there's just not much scoring separation. So I think that would kind of fall into this category. Saved a little bit by the trees. So, the trees make it so, bogeys in play if those are all par threes, which definitely adds a bit of an element. But I've always been a proponent of those 3.5s having a place in our sport. But I think maybe, a max of 4 around is probably a good number. When it's kind of every hole after hole after hole in that style, I think it takes away from seeing our players perform and get, rewarded for how well they actually played.
I didn't see it come down. But...
Well, Sam got rewarded for that high shot with a really nice kick back to the middle. A lot of things could have happened on that hole for him, but this one is not a bonus. You almost want to get this one to finish your round. I'm not saying it's a must get, but it is coming in at third easiest hole of the day.
Worse, that's for sure.
It's all about the angle on this one. Just get around that corner.
Yeah, this is an awkward one for sure. You just want to land somewhere near the short, somewhere where Andres has landed, so you have an open swing to the long basket. And even if you're in the middle, there's still a lot of trees to contend with.
I'm just surprised that they went the high route because you could literally just go down the low route too. So I think they all took a lot more risky play trying to go high there. But they got rewarded. I mean, they're fine. They should be able to finish with some birdies. going to be a par at best for Steve.
Yeah, nice swing there from Andres. You can see he landed where he wanted to. Up in the middle, overstable into the hill, making it work. Yeah, going to finish with a birdie.
I was going to say, he didn't know how it happened, but he's also going to make it on the lead card.
Wow. That was sneaky.
So Dylan Capiccioli finished on 14 down. So he slowed down a little bit on the middle back there. Took a bogey on 10 and then parred 11 and 13 as well as 15. So he slowed down, but he still finished 14 down, which ended up being a 10:45 round for him. So he's the person to beat. And Sam Henderson is very close at this moment.
Yeah, Sam, some up and downs, but for the most part, solid across the board.
Super solid. Another 10:30 round for Sam Henderson. Not bad.
Yeah, well done, Sam.
Not bad for the first A tier at Daceyland here at Borderland. We got 2 different courses. Make sure to stay tuned for round 3, going back to the woods of Dacey and getting some coverage with Andres Ripley and Dylan Capiccioli and Sam Henderson.
I was getting kind of nervous.
So what were your thoughts about that coverage, Harry?
Well, I talked a lot about the course and how it plays, but I can't disagree. It's fun to watch. Eagle opportunities on every hole. Some insane scrambles, some awesome putts, and really exciting to watch these players attack the woods of Borderland. So if you enjoyed this, you like seeing the woods, you got to tune in to round 3. We're moving over to Dacey, and different flavor, of course, but we're still in the tight woods, and anything can happen. A lot of players in contention for their first ever A-tier win. Really will be excited to see how it all unfolds. And the only place to see the action is the Grace Media team.
Thanks for being here, Harry. And also joining the lead card will be David Fleck. So we have a lot of exciting coverage back in the woods of Dacey. And thanks for everyone staying tuned. We hope you enjoyed this. Make sure to like and subscribe. Leave a comment on what your thoughts are on Borderland coverage here. And make sure to stay tuned for that 3rd and final championship round for Daceyland. We got a lot more coverage coming soon.